G'day, podcaster. Ben here, just giving you a heads up what's coming up in today's ep. Did you have a run-in with airport security? There was a couple of good calls for that one. One of them involved a adult toy. Belle also joined an exclusive new club. Plus, Liam's latest obsession, Dune 2, took over the show. Or Dune, however you want to say it.
Live across Australia. This is Ben, Liam and Belle's Late Drive
on Nova.
Good evening, Australia!
I don't want to start this in a negative light, but we're only a few days away from Easter, and I'm so sick of Hoppy Easter.
Of what?
Hoppy Easter.
What's Hoppy Easter?
As if you haven't seen that written everywhere.
What is that?
What do you mean?
I've not seen that.
I haven't seen that.
What? Oh,
Hoppy
you'll see
Easter.
it now. Hoppy Easter. It's like you go to the supermarket and it's like got little signs that say Hoppy Easter, and like you go to the shop, it's just everywhere.
Like it's a marketing
I saw
thing?
a car sticker today that said Hoppy Easter.
Oh, instead of Happy Easter.
Yes.
I have not seen that.
You have not seen that?
No.
Oh my gosh. Is that just me?
I mean, I feel like it's propaganda, which is really distracting from the real thing we should be celebrating, which is the resurrection of Jesus.
Absolutely.
That's just me. What about you,
Are you
Bill?
that religious?
No, not really.
I know this is a question that's been asked many times before.
no.
I don't know the answer to this, but I know the eggs have to do with rebirth, right? I know that. But what's the rabbit got to do with it?
I don't know. I think we made that one up later on.
Yeah, because
Much
eggs,
like-
eggs
Yeah.
rebirth,
We
I get it.
We didn't make
Oh, no, we didn't know. But I mean, of course, like reindeer have nothing to do with Jesus being born.
Yeah, no, I get you. Yeah.
The other thing, you know how you asked if I was religious, Bill? We're not a religious family at all. But for some reason, Good Friday is the only day of the year that my dad's like never goes to church, but he just like doesn't eat meat. He
does-
That's the
does
one
that.
thing that he thinks like he's like a little bit scared and just eats fish.
yeah.
And they sort of he's like, oh, what are you doing this year? And I'm like, I think I'll be having some prosciutto if it's on a share plate for sure.
I got the answer for why rabbits.
Oh, here we go.
so
Yeah,
it's
here we go.
Easter.
Yep.
It's because eggs and rabbits are the symbol of fertility and rebirth.
Ah, there you,
You
go.
know.
Okay,
They
there
do
you go.
love
They
being
do.
fertile.
Yep.
13-24-10. Did you have a run-in with airport security? I got done again over the weekend, Ben and Belle. Yeah, went through the scanner. There's, those new ones they've got where you sort of stand
Yeah.
with your arms to the side.
Which I feel like is a bit silly that they make you put your hands how the diagram is.
Yeah, you
like
got
your
it.
hands don't have to be like that.
No, and
there
it's so much
There was a kid in front of
slower.
me and they were like trying to explain it to the kid and they were like, no, it's like more like this. Like,
Yeah.
spread your fingers out.
I've heard those scanners show everything.
Oh, here we go. Yes.
yeah,
yeah.
Conspiracy theorists.
It's not a
Ben.
conspiracy theorist,
Oh,
Belle.
they can see everything.
They can see everything.
Like what?
Everything. They can see the outline of everything.
No.
So they give you all those weird looks when they go through.
That's why they're
I
sniggering.
get great looks.
Anyway, I was walking through and I got bounced back. Yeah. So I had to do it again and the next time I was like, oh geez, I got definitely nothing. Because I know even if you got like a tissue in your pocket, they're like,
Yep.
oh, what do you get in your pocket?
Yep.
So like I went back and another no pass. So he had the gloves on and he swung the screen around and my penis was red. And it had like a heat map around it and there was a big like exclamation mark and he said, sir, it's your sensitive area. Would you like to come with me to a private room?
No.
No.
Yes. And I said, oh no, like it's all good. We can do it here. Like
I'll get it out right here if you must.
That's another security breach.
like you could tell he was also a bit awkward about it. I'm
Right.
sure they have to be very respectful with this sort of thing. They're very well trained. And he said, right, so what we're going to do is we're going to get your hand and you're going to rub it for me. and I said, you don't have to ask me twice.
That's gross.
And then he said slower.
No, so I did, so it's not like it's in the movies it's like cavity search and stuff. It was like there was a foreign object for some reason around my jocks around the front there, and so he sort of instructed me how to do it, and like I had grabbed the palm of my hand.
Is this in public or is this in a room?
I wasn't going to go to the room. Like I was trying to get on the plane, And so, like, I grabbed it and then I just had to, like, rub.
You don't
I
have
had
to demo it now,
yeah,
Liam.
Okay, fair enough.
So what did you do with your hand?
So I just had it like
Yeah,
this and I
yeah.
just had to sort of rub
Yeah, right.
like that. And
Yeah.
then he was like, okay, yep. And then it wasn't too intrusive at all, really. And he let me go.
So you never found out what was there?
Yeah, I mean, I probably got stopped because carrying a weapon down there. Am I right? No, I'm just joking. It's probably more like a sharp object. Pinned it.
All right, 13 24 10. That is our number. Give us a buzz. Airport security run-ins. Josie in Melbourne, what happened?
A little bit embarrassing, but I think more embarrassing for the security guard than for me in the end. I was going on a girls' trip and I packed let's just say a self-session appliance.
Okay.
I've gone through the X-ray machine and it's been flagged. So I've
in your
walked
bag?
to the end.
Yep.
Yeah, it's in my carry-on.
Thanks for
Gotta keep
clarifying.
Wasn't
Matt.
on your person?
Yeah.
Gotta keep it safe. So it's been flagged. I've walked to the end. And the only way I can describe this security guard is it's his first day on work experience. So he's sauntered up to my case and he's opened it and has been met with my appliance. He can't even look me in the eye. He's just looking at my hairline at this point, and his face is like, I kind of know what this is, but I'm not 100% sure of how it works, but I'm pretty sure this is what it is. Still can't look me in the eye.
Yeah.
So he's just zipped up my case and pushed it back to me like it is covered in germs that will give him the plague and has just let me go through.
This guy doesn't know what it is. He's thinking about calling in the bomb squad. He doesn't quite know how to handle it. We need a referrer up here.
Josie, that is a great call. Thank you so much.
Meredith in Sydney's given us a buzz. What happened to you?
Well, it was actually to my mother, and it's very similar to the last story with the self-care instrument.
Yep.
Okay.
And they were giving her a hard time, and she couldn't work out what was going on, and then she clicked. And they made a big deal about going through her bag, and it ended up being a banana.
Okay.
Surely they could see that it was a banana.
You would think so.
Like,
Yeah.
And also, like, why do they have to get it out anyway? I don't know.
Yeah, it's not a weapon.
No. Well, I mean, have you seen some of them? Jacob, what about you?
I'm actually in the Defence Force, and I was going through with just the bag that Defence gave me,
Yeah.
and I got randomly selected for the bomb swab testing, and I came through positive.
Yeah, because you would have had the gunpowder from work.
Yeah, exactly.
So what happens then?
Oh, they told me put your bag up on this plinth and please explain. I told them I don't know, it's the bag I got. I had to sit down and tell them a bit of a story, and they just let me go.
And so you took your bag off the plinth and off you went?
Yeah, exactly. Took my bag off the plinth, headed off.
Good on you, Jacob.
Wonderful. Brendan in Newport, what about you? What was your run-in with the airport security?
G'day, guys. I was travelling with a 6-month-old, heading over to see some friends who were living in Oman at the time, and we'd gone over from Dubai. And our little one filled a diaper up, and we were told we couldn't leave it on the plane because they were turning around and taking off real quick.
Yep.
So we took this bag of poops out, and I told them I've got a bag of poo, and they didn't really know how to deal with that. When I opened it up, I think the look they gave me was dirtier than the nappy.
Because it's also like quite a good way of smuggling things through. If you're like, oh no, this is nothing. This is just a bag of poo, and then they go, we're going to have to check that. But if you sort of had it in there and like, just take your poo with you. Let's not even scan that. Get it away from me.
Brendan, thank you very much. Naomi in Melbourne, airport security, what happened?
Hi, guys. Can I just say first up, we miss you in Melbourne.
Oh,
we're still here.
I do.
Yeah.
We're still on.
I know.
You're in Melbourne. We're on in Melbourne and everywhere else now.
You can get the podcast. You can listen whenever you want, Naomi.
I know. I listen. But I just wanted to share, I had a girls' weekend in Sydney not so long ago, and coming home, we had just spent the day at Bondi and then caught the bus to the airport, put my bag through, randomly selected for the drug test, failed the drug test, and I was like mortified while all my friends were standing there laughing hysterically at me. Then they keep retesting you, and I'd pass one, and then I'd fail one, and then I'd pass one, and in the end I ended up getting searched. My bag was emptied. It was so embarrassing. As soon as I got into the Qantas lounge, I had to go and get changed because I didn't want to walk around the airport in the same clothes I went through security.
And so do you think it's just like Bondi's a very druggy place and you were just wearing those clothes? Yeah. Well, that's the story we're going with anyway, isn't it, Naomi, on the girls' trip? Yeah.
You don't just pick it up from the air.
Naomi, thank you very much.
It's 6:10. Hallelujah, it's 6:10.
Well, g'day, Candice and Perth. Thanks for calling through. Shall we kick into the questions?
Sure, I'm ready.
All right. Doctors in Australia are calling for better funding for migraines. Which member of this team regularly gets them?
I don't know.
Do you know anyone on the team's name?
No, I don't.
That's okay. No, I get it. We're new in Perth.
Yeah. So I'm speaking now. I'm Ben.
Yeah, I'm Liam over here. I'm the one who does all the quiz questions.
Yep.
And
And
Belle.
I'm Belle, the only female on the team, Candice.
I think it's Belle.
Yeah.
I was going to say the girl, but then I was like, I don't want to say the girl. That's rude. But
Yeah. I
We've
sort of
seen your true colours,
It felt
Candice.
like there was a little bit of a beat there, and I'm glad Ben came in and just clarified that you don't have a clue of who you're speaking to. But that's okay, Candice.
Now we've got the names out of the way. The first question's out of the way. We're going to roll into question number 2.
Yeah, Sacha Baron Cohen and Rebel Wilson, don't know if you saw this, they're feuding after she has called him out for some of his behaviour in an entire chapter of her book. Can you give us your best Borat?
Oh, I don't know.
Well. Very nice. High five.
That's nice.
I mean, to be fair, it was like actually the worst Borat I've ever heard. To be fair,
Do we want to
Candice.
move on?
I actually think no. Yeah, I think we actually do have to move on from
Candice,
that,
thanks for playing. You're in the draw for Nova's first class and 50k. Let's move on to question number 3 with Ben in Adelaide. Good evening, Benny.
G'day, mate. How you going?
Yeah, pretty good.
Are we moving on to question 3? Or are we getting Ben's Borat first?
Oh, we can get Ben's Borat.
Yeah, go on. Give us your Borat.
Very nice.
Wow.
Yeah,
I like you, Ben. I like sex. Nice. Anyway, a new Happy Gilmore movie, Happy Gilmore 2, is in the works. What's the name of the other 90s Adam Sandler movie where he plays an adult that goes back to school to prove to his daddy that he's not a fool?
Oh. I don't know.
It's pretty famous, man.
Oh, Ben.
All right, let's see. And Tish in Melbourne knows. Do you know the one where Adam Sandler goes back to school?
Oh, God, it's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't think
Yeah.
of it.
Sorry, Tish.
Any guesses?
God,
All right. Emma in Ipswich, do you know?
Billy Madison.
It is Billy
Yes.
Madison. It is. Very well done. Hey, happy 21st birthday to Bad Baby. What was her famous catchphrase from her Dr. Phil interview?
Who?
Yeah, Bad Baby. She's a rapper now, but she was very famous.
She
for
was the
something she said.
teenager on Dr. Phil, and she was very rebellious.
She sort of fired up a little bit.
Cash Me Outside.
Catch me outside. How about that?
Yeah, that's
Yeah, how about that?
You've got it. Doing very well. Last question here, Em. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce have been spotted having a PDA on a beach in photos taken by the paparazzi. Can you finish these lyrics?
I'm your biggest fan. I'll follow you until you love me.
Paparazzi.
Yeah, bloody well done it.
That was my favourite.
Yeah, good stuff. Emma, you are in the draw for Nova's first class and 50k. You also get to pick the next song we play.
So, do you want to hear Rogue Traders? Liam and I once saw them perform live at a winery.
Yeah, no, we not only saw them, we brought them up on stage.
Yep, that's
and
right.
Emma, there was this thing where they were like, the Rogue Traders won't come out until everyone's up close to the stage.
Yeah.
And people at this event were getting free drinks and they were very far at the back of the room. And I reckon it took us about 17 minutes to get people to... They're like, all right, no, guys, seriously, they're not going to come out unless you're going to have to come over to this side of the room.
So, Rogue Traders is option number 1.
Or, Emma, would you like some Rihanna?
Oh, Rihanna, all the way.
Rihanna. All right.
Not, you would have been at the back of the room for the Rogue Traders gig, I'd assume.
Now you see what we were up against. You have a great evening, Emma.
13-24-10. Did you find out a piece of news in the worst possible way? Does it, if you were doing something, you're in the middle of something and you found out a piece of news, bad or good, doesn't matter, 13-24-10. Because Harry and Meghan, turns out, they learnt of Kate Middleton's cancer diagnosis while watching TV.
Like the rest of us.
Well, yes. They weren't
Yeah,
given a
jeez.
call, heads up. They weren't given, look, hey, you're part of the family. We think we should tell you this is what's happening with Kate. No, they just switched on their TV, went over to CNN, and there it was. So it would be a pretty crappy way to find out. This is all from a source, of course.
I found out last year that my grandpa had passed away from a text because my mum was like, "Oh, I'll call him after work," which is probably the right thing to do, and told like all my family. But then it was like a friend was like, "So
someone
sorry to
else.
hear," and I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, no, that was similar for me with like one of my grandparents passed
Yeah.
away, and we were during the show, and I was with you
Well, there's
guys.
no excuse for that one. Didn't your mum just text you?
Yeah, she just texted. And
That's
said,
her. Like that. She should have probably called you on that one. I
and it was
think.
like middle of the show, but then
Yeah.
I found out after like everyone was congregated. They were all there, and
Jeez.
I was just doing the show.
Did you find out in the worst possible way? 13 24 10. Give us a buzz. Charlotte in Brisbane. Tell us what happened.
Hey guys, so I was scrolling on Facebook one night, as you do, and saw a post from my cousin saying that my auntie had died like 3 days prior, and
Oh,
my
God.
family had no idea about it.
Oh, my God.
They just didn't tell your family.
No, my side of the family had no idea about it, and we all found out on Facebook.
Whoa.
That's so bad. Like
This was devastating.
you kind of think like with the royals and stuff, you're like, oh, like maybe sometimes it leaks out or whatever, or it gets out before. I mean, I know Kate literally did an announcement video, but yeah, I mean, when you're not rich and famous, you should just be calling around, right?
Totally. 13 24 10. Did you find out a piece of news in the worst possible way? It doesn't have to be bad news. It doesn't have to be death as well. It
Yep.
could be good.
If you get on air as well, you are going in the draw for Nova's first class N50K, just like Charlotte. You have a great evening, Charlotte.
Thanks so much, guys.
No worries. Bye.
Jane in Sydney, what news did you find out?
Well, I found out, hi guys, that my fiance of 3 years was having an affair while I was washing up. So
Ooh. So just like
it wasn't.
right. And so what you mean you were like doing the dishes and then you somehow found out?
Well, we woke up, we had nice Sunday morning breakfast, and I was washing up.
Yeah.
The phone rang, and basically I answered, and they said, "Is that Jane?" And I said, "Yes, speaking." And they said, "Well, my name's so and so," and I said, "Oh, right." I didn't know, who they were.
Yeah.
And she said, "I just wanted to let you know I've been having an affair with your fiance for the past 12 weeks."
Oh, my God.
God, Jane, that's the
There's
worst.
So many questions though, Jane. Why did she
Blow it up.
want to come clean?
Because apparently they had been going out before I met him, and they'd split up, and they got back together, and then she said that she wanted to stay with him, and he said, "Well, if you tell Jane, I'll split up with you and I'll never see you again."
Right.
And she said, "Well, then I'm going to tell Jane because then you'll lose her and you'll lose me."
Dirty dog.
Oh, Jane, not good.
Yeah.
Not-
Yeah.
I imagine you find it hard to do the dishes now as well. just from
I
the-
mean, it was never a good way to find
No,
out that piece of
no.
news. That was always going to be bad.
We appreciate you sharing, Jane. Thank you very much.
And you know what we always say here? Men are pigs.
Oh, men are absolute pigs.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Can't be
yes,
trusted.
yes.
Tanya in Melbourne.
Hello.
How you doing? What did you find out?
I'm good. I found out I was pregnant.
Oh.
How? Yeah. So I went in for a routine breast check and they found a lump and they referred me to a surgeon.
Yeah.
And the surgeon ran some tests and he goes, "Congratulations, but why didn't you tell me you were pregnant?" I'm like, I didn't know.
How far along were you when you found out?
I was 9 weeks.
9 weeks. Okay, so
Whoa.
still pretty
Yeah.
early in the piece.
But still,
Yeah.
I mean, that's, when you're just going in for like a routine checkup, you're not really expecting that. That's for sure.
No, that's right.
Wow.
Wow.
You weren't trying to get pregnant?
Well, it was just before my wedding, so I'd gone off the pill and I thought, if I fall pregnant, I fall pregnant. I thought, no, I don't.
So were you
yeah,
pregnant
no.
during the wedding then, or did you have baby
I
post-pre?
was, yeah.
You were, yeah.
No, I was 12 weeks pregnant at the wedding.
Okay,
Wow.
so it was really soon. Yeah,
Early
okay.
enough, you just wear whatever you want
Yeah.
still. Sarah in Sydney, what about you? What did you find out?
Hey guys, how are you?
Very good.
Good. I actually found out my mum had passed away through a WhatsApp call.
Oh.
That's
Why was it a WhatsApp
good.
call?
Because I was at home sick with a fever I caught from the hospital, and so my sister had called me, and she's like, "Hey, Sarah, I'm like, "Hi, Mum, how are you?" And then she goes, "Sarah, it's too late. Mum's gone." Her eyes were still open, but unfortunately, I had just missed it. So
Oh, Sarah, that's horrible.
it wasn't the best way to find out the news, that's for sure.
No.
Wow. So, oh my gosh.
This has been a bit of a
Yeah.
sad one.
Yeah.
It was really
Yeah.
sad, but through time time heals, and you just keep living on in her memory, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, thanks for your
proud.
call and thanks for sharing,
Thank
Sarah.
you.
We'll send you along
Thank
to
you.
the movies. Double
Thanks.
pass to Hoyts.
Thank you. That'd be great.
No worries. And you're in the draw for Nova's First Class and 50K.
Thank you.
No worries. See you, Sarah.
Bye.
Do you think giving her the movies was like the right vibe check there? Like,
I think
I was just
the
trying
vibe.
I was just trying to make everything better.
yeah, I just don't know if the movie tickets like glossed over it the way you
Yeah.
thought it was going to.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a bit of a just like a bit of a sharp right turn. It's like, hearing about how his mum's passed away. It's obviously horrible. I'm like,
Yep.
you want to go see Dune too?
Yeah.
Great movie though.
Great story. I mean, like, well, as in, like, great caller.
Now you made it weird, pal.
Give her more tickets. Give her more tickets.
Everyone gets movie tickets.
I meant she told it well. She came on the radio and she told a good story.
I think we should play
Are
a
we just
song.
going to air check the whole thing?
Dune 2 at the moment is in cinemas, the biggest movie in the world, but it's soon to be the second most popular sequel release because we got news today that we are getting Happy Gilmore 2.
Son of a bitch, Paul. Why didn't you just go home? That's your home. Are you too good for your home? Answer me.
Can you believe
You
it?
love to hear it.
Happy Gilmore 2!
And going off in a lot of the boys' group chats that I'd imagine. A lot of the links flying around. Can you believe it? It's Christmas. It's Christmas.
Adam Sandler is the actor of our generation.
I think. Yeah. The way he delivers that line, so hot, want to touch the hiney. Daniel Day-Lewis couldn't do that.
You ain't cool unless you pee your pants.
That is disgusting. How could you say that, Ben?
Say what? You don't think he's very good?
He is the lowest form of comedy. Lowest form of humour.
He's disgraceful.
The dumbest form.
He's got
like,
some
good
of
on
the-
him. Like, yeah, great.
Some of the
But
greatest movies
of all time.
it's like if you
Big
plucked
Daddy.
out the weirdest kid at school and you just let them make movies.
Belle.
He doesn't even say words. He played it great before. He doesn't even say any words. He just makes noises.
You telling me this isn't funny? that last bit really went up.
In no
It
world
gets
is that
me.
funny.
Gets me every time.
So you're telling me That's My Boy isn't funny? You don't think That's My Boy is a funny movie?
No.
That's number
I've
7 in my top
tried.
10.
I've tried with.
That's
with
My
him,
Boy
I
is
just
great.
can't.
Yeah, great, yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
And he does
That's
the,
when he
he's
plays
the
Donnie
same
Burger.
Character.
Yep, that's one of his great roles.
He's
Yeah.
the exact same character in every
Yes,
single
my
film.
boy!
He does the same voice. He says the same
No,
stuff.
it's different.
He pulls the same faces.
No.
So if I had That's My Boy at 7, I would then put The Cobbler at 6.
I wouldn't have had the cobbler
Put the
anywhere
Cobbler
near
in
my
there?
top 10. No. The cobbler he's a cobbler, Belle, and it's like a magic. So he
Really?
works
He's a
out
magic cobbler.
He works out that like the shoes he repairs
Yep.
with this magic machine, he can turn into those people.
Yep.
And how does he talk in that film?
You've been
Oh, exactly the same as every other one.
And then so if we're going to do top 5 Adam Sandler movies, I'd go number 5. I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry.
Yeah, that's probably safe to
good.
be in there.
Pretty good.
I mean, it's you kind of forget about it a little bit, but
Yep.
it's it doesn't belong in cobbler territory with
Yep.
me. That's
Yep.
down there with Sandy Wexler.
Whoa, okay. What about
In that one, he goes, that's his laugh in it, Bill.
What about Uncut Gems?
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, that's
Uncut
great.
Gems.
Uncut Gems.
Yeah, that's a serious movie. He
Yep.
talks serious in that.
Yep. He's got very good acting skills. in
Don't.
that.
You're
That's good.
What,
You would
you're
like
trying
Uncut
to
Gems, Belle.
convince me? It's not going to happen.
3, I'd go Don't Mess with the Zohan.
Gonna have to disagree with you on that one.
That is honestly that potential to be number 1 in my opinion.
No.
Don't Mess with the Zohan.
Not
is
even.
underrated.
No, that's down with Jack and Jill.
He's like putting on hummus on everything. He puts it on the cat at one point.
It is funny when he like does these like really flexible and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what?
And
maybe
there's that one where he attacks that guy and his feet come from the bottom of
Then
the
he's
screen.
like,
He's like, is that your foot?
Okay, maybe we could put it at 9. No, I'd be safe with it at 9.
I'd go 2 Longest Yard, and then
I mean, it's good, but I mean, I just feel like you've not mentioned like any of the big ones yet.
what about this? Coming at number 1 in terms of Adam Sandler movies. Click.
I mean,
Oh, don't tell me you don't like Click.
I actually do like Click because it makes you feel a lot of different things. It makes you laugh, makes
It's
you cry.
funny. It makes you sad. It's got emotional range.
But like, is it better than Billy Madison or Happy Gilmore? You got to ask yourself
I just
that.
think they're top 20. Like they're in the
No,
they're in the mix.
they're easily like top 3. I don't hate clickbait.
Producer Andy said Little Nicky was robbed.
Yeah. In that one, Barry talks like in your flesh.
Exactly. It's the same thing.
That's different. It's a different tone.
Oh my god.
Oh, hot. Want to touch the hiney.
We should do a bit where we,
So
for Belle's
gross.
birthday, we watch every single Adam Sandler movie back to back.
Yeah.
In chronological order.
Ben, Liam, I'm almost 30. I'm 29 at the moment.
You? Yeah, that's right.
Because Liam, you're
Yep.
27.
Yeah.
Belle's 20.
I'm 29.
You're an old dog.
Rude.
I'm 30.
Yeah, Ben's the
They
old
say
dog.
it's all downhill after that, don't they?
I think
It's crazy.
30s are supposed to be your best.
I remember being a kid and our next door neighbour, so I was friends with them. The kid was called Jake, and their dad, Chris, turned 40. I remember thinking that's so old. I was like, 40?
Oh,
40.
30 was old. 30 was like, oh, you're a mum at 30.
But 40 was like a grandparent in my head. Like, 40?
Well, I'm almost 30, and I've just joined a very exclusive club.
Hello world.
Saddle
This
Club?
is me.
Do you ride horses now? No way.
Hey, what did you do?
I think I'm a horse girl now.
Life is easy.
Really?
What do you mean? Are you riding horses?
No.
That's very out of character for
No,
you.
I wouldn't do that. No, I just went to a farm on the weekend.
To feed
And I
some
just-
horses and carrots?
There were horses there, and I really like fell in love with them. Like, they're really beautiful. Like, they're just
Yeah.
really majestic. And I was like, wow.
I love horses.
My dream is to eventually one day retire from radio and live in the middle of nowhere on a self-sustaining farm. That's my dream.
And my dream is to do the same thing and live next to Ben.
If I get like 100 acres, you can
Sick.
live within 100
We
acres.
could just like ride horses shirtless together and
I
stuff.
genuinely,
like,
though, I've never had... Oh, no, I had a horse growing up. Like, we had a Shetland pony.
There was a Shetland there too.
small.
Oh my gosh. So
But
cute.
I genuinely have always wanted to have my own horse to have a connection with because horses, like, they bond with people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I felt bonded.
Yeah, they
so
bond.
like these horses, they were rescue horses, obviously. So
what were they rescued from?
One was an ex-race horse.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah, I forgot about that.
One was actually in the wild. And then
Sounds like they captured it.
That sounds like it's the opposite
no,
of
that's a
rescue.
long
That
story
sounds
to
like it was
That's a long story
an
to it.
abduction.
Yeah. Sounds like that horse is looking for its mum. That's what that sounds like.
No, there's a long story. But yeah, and then it just like they were so friendly, and so we're in the paddocks with them, and it just kind of kept like at one point I turned around to look at some cows, and this horse came up and was like nudging against me, and like it was just
saying I love you.
and then I just couldn't stop watching them,
Yeah.
and it just I
Are you
don't know.
going to start being like horse girl at school and start like galloping around the office?
I might have to get it out of my system.
Horses,
somehow.
though, they do bite.
Yeah.
Been known to bite, and you never walk behind a horse.
No, I know that. Yes.
Yeah.
No, I knew all my little horse pointers. I was ready to go. But no, I can't stop thinking about these.
Did the horse have a name?
Oh yeah.
You don't remember the horse's name?
Kevin.
That's a fun horse name.
Kevin and Blue, because the white horse had one blue eye, and I was just mesmerized.
Was that the one that got abducted?
We should probably try and find the home of that wild horse. If anyone had a horse stolen from their property at some point, call 13 24 10 because Belle's just went to this farm. They're harbouring this horse.
If you're missing a horse, get in touch on Nova.
Hey, Ben and Belle, you guys seen Dune yet?
No,
You know we
You watched
haven't.
Dune 2 already?
I've seen Dune 1, thought it was very good years ago. I've yet to go and see.
Oh, you gotta go see Dune 2. It's taking the world by storm. Zendaya, Timothée Chalamet, Florence Pugh, Austin Butler, Anya Taylor-Joy. Such a detailed universe.
Don't forget about Dave Bautista.
Bautista's in it. It's an epic, big Hollywood blockbuster, Belle.
And Jason Momoa's in it, right?
Yep, in the first one. Not in the second one, spoilers.
Oh, watch
okay.
out. I do feel a bit bad for you, Liam, because you want to...
I
You
do.
go through little obsessions
I
where you
do.
get really obsessed with a thing, you get really focused on it, and then a week later you go, oh no, I'm over that. And at the moment it's Dune.
13,
or how
24,
you say
10.
it, June, like it's spelled with a J. It's really annoying me.
Dune.
It's really...
Yeah, I say Dune as well. Is it
Yes,
Dune?
I know. Well, Dune.
Dune. Dune sounds weird. Dune.
Don't say it like
Dune 2.
No.
Why you want to say Dune 2 tonight?
Dude, you guys say Dune?
Dune. Dune, like
If
a
you've
sand
seen Dune 2, I'm saying it right.
I like the way you say it.
then give us a buzz because I would like to talk to someone about it. But it's like it's visually incredible. Even if you're not into those sorts of movies, like go and see it while it's in cinemas. I'm raving about it. They ride worms in it. What's not to love?
What's the actual story?
So basically, spice is power in this particular universe. There's a planet called Arrakis. There's spice on it. And with that spice that you can navigate spaceships.
Like paprika, or what is it?
It's basically like
cinnamon.
I think it's basically like oil in the Middle East and other countries invading it. It's basically like that, but like in 10,000 years.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? It's sort of a similar.
So
thing.
you can use spice to power spaceships.
Yeah, it's like petrol basically.
Yep.
So it's a finite resource. It's only on that planet.
Yep.
That's kind of the gist of it. It gets that sounds boring, but it's good.
Liam, you're talking to two people who haven't seen Dune 2.
Yeah, exactly. What's the
Someone
point?
that has is Brad in Melbourne. You've seen Dune 2.
Hello. Yes, I have.
Oh,
It is
Brad.
amazing.
Oh, what was your favourite bit?
Not the end part particularly, but the Harkonnen arena scene. Amazing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're talking about with the scene that's all monochrome with Austin Butler.
Of
Yes,
course, yeah.
the gladiator
Infrared.
scene. Yep. So
Yeah,
do you know why they did that? That they actually shot that on infrared cameras, so it just goes grayscale for like a scene in the middle of the movie. Because that sequence is supposed to convey the spectrum of the low light black sun, and as a result, it makes it sort of feel like a binary fascist sort of planet.
Someone I feel like has been on IMDb.
Yeah, I've been reading up on it a bit. Brad, how goes that bit when they pop out of the sand to raid the Harkonnen spice harvester?
Oh my god!
Oh,
yeah,
dude.
yeah, amazing.
Am I right? With
Come
the little
on. Every fight scene.
every fight scene. So you didn't like the end, even when he uses the voice on the Bene
Hang on.
Gesserit Reverend Mother?
No spoilers.
Well, no, it's just the Harkonnen scene. It just catches you off guard, and it's just so big compared to that part of the movie. So it's a bit dialogue heavy around that time. But
Yeah, no, I get you.
Yeah.
Speaking of dialogue heavy.
I'm really glad that
Guys,
you're already
you should
happily
watch
married,
it.
Liam. If you were single, this would not be doing you any favours. You sound
Well,
so nerdy.
All I'm saying is, Brad, how sick was it when Paul Atreides became the Yusal Moedaib and rides the big bloody sandworm through the spice fields of Arrakis?
Oh, I thought that was pretty good.
That was
Yeah, I mean-
actually elite.
Brad, did you get yourself one of those famous Dune 2 buckets that everyone's talking about?
Well, Cinema Nova and Carlton had a raffle for it, so
They had to raffle off the bucket. Yeah, they're a hot property.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it, it's got like it's a bucket for your popcorn. It's got a worm mouth.
Shai
hole.
Hulud is the correct term. But
Brad.
yeah, it's like a hole with rubber around it, and people aren't necessarily using it for popcorn bucketing. Yeah.
No, that's just a rumour. Brad, would you agree? Liam made a wild
I won the raffle,
statement.
sweetie, and it's not a rumor.
Liam made a wild statement the other day and said that Dune is the Star Wars of this
It literally,
generation.
it honestly
which
is.
just-
Brad, did you feel? I honestly
It's
felt at
not.
the movies. I was like, it feels like it was what you would have felt like if you saw Empire Strikes Back in the 80s. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel like, because everyone's saying, oh, it's the greatest sci-fi film of all time, blah, blah, blah. But listen, if you actually watch it and, like, take in the dialogue, this and that, it's actually top tier.
Sweet.
Top tier.
I love
Top
to
tier.
get Brad. Well, let's take this offline. I can see there's a few faces that are starting to get over the Dune chat. But
Yeah, I find the Dune 2 bucket pretty interesting.
Yeah. Well, I'm keen to get your thoughts about the Lisan Al Gaib, Brad. So we'll do that during the song.
Okay, great.
Go and see Dune, Australia. It's real good.
Liam, we're just talking about how you're a big fan of Dune 2.
Yes, we were. Yep.
I've done a little bit of Googling.
Yeah.
We could buy a Dune 2 bucket with the worm mouth on eBay.
Yep.
US $50. So it'd be about $80.
Worth it.
Do you want to spend?
I think so.
The show money on a Dune 2 worm bucket. They're
Yeah,
pretty popular. They're hard to
They're
get.
hard to
They're
get.
hard
And
to
it's
get.
a collector's item. Do you know what I mean? People want them.
Would we have like a roster where like you have it?
Do I get it?
It's
at
my
all?
week. For...
Yeah, you get it, Belle. So what, there's three of
Actually,
us.
I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want
I
it.
dibs it first.
Yeah, well, I found it.
Yeah. Oh, fair enough. Yeah, we'll have to sort of work out some
So,
sort
yeah,
of roster system.
Alternating, so like
Yeah.
Mondays, Wednesdays for me.
We're hungry, and we
Tuesdays, Thursdays.
we obviously love the Dune franchise and love popcorn. So yeah, if
You're very close.
you've
aren't
got to,
you?
if you've not seen the Dune
bucket, yeah.
2, like if you don't really know what we're talking about, look up Dune 2 popcorn bucket, and then you'll get what we're putting down.
I'm just putting the credit card details in.
Do
now.
it. Honestly.
We'll have that bucket before we know it.
Hell yeah.
For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.